Crazy how last year was on my garage. Now I'm in a good position for this life, can't sabotage. I ain't folding under pressure, I ain't switching for no. I ain't talking to no cop and I ain't telling on my bros. Ain't no but don't push me, fingers itching on that. Plotting on my come up, gotta watch stay at my nose. Long nights just to hit the studio. Now I'm eating steak and shrimp, I ain't eating sloppy Joe. Looking to the mirror, flexing now it in his glow. Bust off like a welcome to the rodeo. I got tattoos on my face, I use that as motivation. I can never get a job, so for my
right at the convergence of the Three Rivers on Art Rooney Drive, we welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season, Week 17, is underway. This is taken at his 4. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
So after the run by Jay Ajayi, here's 1st and 10. Now a toss play. It's Ajayi. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
Come on now, come on now, let's go.
Now a first carry for Latavius Murray. And he gets it down to the 32. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
Come on now, let's go. Hey, over here. Let's go.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. They set up the screen to Ajayi. Finding room to the 20. And finally wrestled down at the 11. So mark off the yardage for roughing the passer.
And I've seen this before. On a screen pass, not only are you rushing the passer, you're rushing him deeper than normal. And I think a little frustration kicks in at the end. You're going to hit him anyway when you shouldn't.
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's 1st and goal. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. A great play there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. And they do exactly what they wanted to. Opening drive, they get into the end zone. They do it on the ground.
And not only is the person lugging the ball happy, of course, because he got it into the end zone. How about the offensive linemen and receivers who are blocking for him? They have to feel great about themselves sticking it in the end zone on a running play.
This will be fielded at the 6. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Now a first down throw, Stafford. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. It's a big play there for the Steelers. 47 yards. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. And able to work his way down to the 16. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Now it's Stafford. That's into the hands of Gallup over the middle. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down.
Let's go, Ray. Let's go. Back 53.
Now a first down carry by Bell. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they'll set up with a 2nd and 1. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
All right, boys, here we go.
Third and 2, Stafford. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Michael Gallup, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And the magnitude of this game, everybody knows it. The fans, obviously the players and coaches, there's just with them a palpable buzz right now. They know they control their own destiny.
Win and you're in. And I think every player wants that. I think every coach wants that. I haven't been an organization yet that wants to be in a game where they have to rely on other teams to get them to their goals. In this situation, it's very cut and dry. Win and you're in the playoffs. That's their mission. That's their challenge. And you know they've chosen to accept it.
And what they told us is this has been the most focused week of practice we've had all year. You wouldn't expect any different.
Yeah, and you know, at the beginning of the season, you have multiple goals. They just have one now. Win the game.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. They run with Ajayi. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Wentz now on 1st down. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Here's Ajayi. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a 1st down.
Go, go!
Now Wentz. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation, and there the defense won the battle. This is Ajayi, and he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Working from the gun, Wentz. They dump off underneath to Ajayi. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2. So that's one you almost never see at this level. A wobbler from very short range, and it winds up no good.
All right, Brandon, if he slipped or someone got a hand on it, then I could understand it, but it's almost like he heard a whistle or something to stop this swing. A very strange result, especially for an NFL kicker.
They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The Pro Bowler Fletcher Cox there to get him down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Real right. Hey, tag 32. Hey, red.
On 2nd down, here's Stafford. Over the middle, hauled in by Smith-Schuster. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
Big 20. Hey, go here. 22.
On 1st down, it's Stafford. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Stafford. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that. They might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Stafford. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
And no doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, let's face it, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going through the post. But we've seen it happen to teams before. Some of the best kickers in the world can miss kicks like that. Can they come back now and redeem themselves?
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll toss it to Ajayi. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
82. Go, go. Here we go. 120. Grade 15.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. Throwing on first is Wentz. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down.
The one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. Room here to run. Oh, he did it again. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 31 yards there and a 1st down.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice game there. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. A minute 58 to go in this first half of play. Back to Heinz Field after this. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
I think Cameron Hayward's ability to take on blocks, hold the point of attack, and get upfield serves him very, very well. What a nice play there.
Yeah, he can take on blocks because he's built like a block. Now they'll throw it. Wentz. His throw caught at about the 5. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A good pickup there, 26 yards. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. And the Steelers signal for another timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They come out here in the I. They'll try to run with a J. And this is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Now it's a Giant. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave them with some options here on 4th and inches.
There are certain drives in the game where anything less than a touchdown that caps it feels like an absolute disappointment. This is one of those drives.
They run for it with a J. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Jay Ajayi with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Eagles are able to cash it in for 6. No, he missed the PAT. No good on the extra point, so a letdown there. And this will stay a 6-point ball game. Elliott now to kick this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And the Steelers set to take the field. Even though they might not find the number 1 seed next to their name come playoff time, there's not going to be very many teams, if any, entering the playoffs on the kind of run they're on. They're hot.
And I love that word, hot, because every team in the league wants to go into the playoffs on that uptick. Because a lot of the time you serve notice to the rest of the league that, hey, we're the team you need to deal with. We're the team that's going to be a real problem for you. And if they can continue this streak, they could very well be that team and gain that confidence that they're seeking as they head to the playoffs.
And confidence, that's the word I would use from our meetings with them. They said we're playing our best football right now. It is showing. And the Eagles are going to go ahead and take another timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. On 2nd and 10, Stafford. He's going to wind up and air it out. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Mills. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. That late in the clock, 2nd quarter, why not just run it a time or 2 and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10. So after the INT, here's Wentz. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Go, go. Win.
From the gun, it's Wentz. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. T.J. Watt in there for the sack, and he's closing in on that all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the 3rd quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Out of the gun, Stafford goes underneath for Bell. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a 1st down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That one goes for 36 yards. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Stafford. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. A give to Bell. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Stafford on 3rd down. Eluding the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Brandon Graham. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. Now a field goal forthcoming for the Steelers. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. And this is going to be no good. He missed it off to the left, and this score will stay right where it is. Well, close game, second half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
Winston, the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. Shotgun now for Wentz. He's going to air one out. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it. And the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw? And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Set. Tag 50. 21.
Back to the air. Stafford on 2nd down. Wide open receiver complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. That one goes for 24 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Stafford now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Here's Stafford. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now a play fake, and it's Stafford. Caught. Safarian Jenkins right side. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down. Stafford now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10.
10.
Again, it's Stafford. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. Stafford looks to throw again. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure, and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. In for the score. And the Steelers are an extra point away from taking the lead. And in the red zone, I guess this is why you have a guy like that on your roster.
Without a doubt, and if you have him, you use him because he's a guy who's going to win just about every time. I don't care what the coverage is.
Extra point up and through. And that will put them on top here in the third. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken in at the 1. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your...
And he fires one that's intercepted. It's picked by the linebacker, T.J. Watt. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll try and get the running game going with Bell. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Let's go now, let's go. Jumbo, jumbo! Jumbo, 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 set! Watch the screen, watch the screen! Watch tag 57, ready!
Here's Stafford now on second down. Man open left side is Brown. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Back now in Pittsburgh. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the fourth quarter of play. And the Steelers on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now Stafford on the left side. Gallup's got it. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Michael Gallup, his second touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Steelers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. Right down the middle. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Here's a handoff to Ajayi to begin the drive. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. They go play action here on first down. Out to his left. And his throw here is incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target in the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him, though. Find him. Find him.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Wentz will try again on 2nd down. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. They keep it on the ground, but this time it's Murray. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Right back to him on 1st down. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
And they'll run it here. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll be brought down, but a tip of the cap on the spin move as that gives him a 1st down. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Wentz. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. And flags come in as he gets forward for about 3 yards. Now let's check on the call. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
81, 81. Here we go.
Here's Wentz to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Now this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long.
82.
Working from the gun, Wentz. And he's going to go down again. T.J. Watt in there for the 20th time this year as he continues what could be a record-setting season. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long?
81.
To throw, it's Wentz. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete. Figuring they're going for it on 4th down. Remember, though, they do have all 3 timeouts, so even if they don't get it, all is not lost.
Yeah, normally in this situation, when you're talking about having to go for it, everything is in this play. But as you noted, with those 3 timeouts, they actually have a little bit of a safety net.
The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And this one will wind up being down just outside of that 20-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet.
Hey, tag 50 left.
Throwing here, Stafford. Throw left side complete. It's Brown. He got 29 yards that time. Absolutely ideal there. Get a good-sized play, get out of bounds.
Well, you saw the coaching there. That is taught and it is emphasized. Get out of bounds, understand your situation, as well as just understanding the game.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. Tackled that time by Sidney Jones.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Again, it's Bell. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. And the Steelers on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Stafford now to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Charles, thinking back to what you said in the first quarter, that part of the magic elixir for a road victory for these underdogs was going to be winning the turnover battle. Well, they only have one right now. Look at the scoreboard.
Yeah, not exactly playing to the form that I subscribed, right? When you talk about winning that turnover battle, that evens things out, especially for a road team, especially for a team that's an underdog.
Yeah, that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. T.J. Watt in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And that one drops to the ground. Incomplete. Clock stops here just inside of 20 seconds. 19 left. Back-to-back big plays defensively. First the sack. Now they force the incompletion on 3rd and long. Things looking pretty good for them.
And this is where they have to be careful because they've got the momentum going their way. They will be really amped up to get to the quarterback. Look out. Draw, screen, something that can be used against them.
He'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout, as they'll stop him with 13 seconds left to play. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Try 15. Try 15.
He's back to throw. And Moore has it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. Down to their last chance now. This is going to have to be a heave for the end zone and just hope for a miracle.
And I don't sit back with everyone back defending. I've got to have somebody rushing the quarterback. Don't make it easy for him to set up and throw the ball all the way downfield.
One final try now for Wentz. And they drop him for a loss, but penalty markers are on the field. Let's see about the call. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. One final shot. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this one is incomplete. It's a 7th loss of the year, so that means they will not reach their goal that they stated before the season began of being a 10-win team.
And now things get a little bit bumpy. Something might be a little bit off with this team because they expected to get to 10, which is kind of the threshold for all teams that hope to make the playoffs. Now, in order to get there, they're going to need plenty of help. But maybe the team chemistry might be off a little bit.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Steelers are winners as we say so long from Heinz Field.